Abiola Kabiru joins us. He's a financial intelligence consultant and has also worked as a BDC operator for almost 10 years. Good to have you join us this morning.
Yeah, good morning.
That's one business we've been trying to understand, especially with the CBN's directive. For Mr. Osareko, he's thinking that that's a good plan from the government, from the central bank, asking them to source funds from other sources. But the fear here is how to monitor the transaction that goes on within that sector. Is there a way that we can put a track on all of that vis-a-vis the fight against corruption, money laundering, and so many other untoward things that might creep into that sector?
Okay, thank you very much. First, let's look at the policy and the effect on the economy already. It may sound good. Yes, it may seems to be a misnomer in the first place to be disbursing funds to BDC. That may seems to be correct. But if you look at the policy statement, of course, when the CBN governor made the pronouncement, I told people around me, I said, look, in 2 days, this dollar will jump to 300, if no more, and that happens. And what does that mean? If a solution is not provided to sustain the sector, what will eventually happen is that the gap between the official rates and the parallel market will continue to expand. And the BDC sector, like the president of the association mentioned, is employing like 20, 30,000 people. It also means you may be pushing 10,000, 20,000 people out of job. And the effect of this large gap between the official rate and the autonomous price is also affecting business already, SMEs, because you need dollar, you need forex, you want to buy stuff from abroad, you want to buy software, you want to do business online, you still pay with forex. And yes, we can use our ATM card, our MasterCard, our Visa card, but I did a transaction yesterday, and the bank charged me $285. So if you look at even from the bank, so ordinarily you expect, okay, if I do transaction with my card, it should be happening at 200. So whether we like it or not, small businesses will suffer. And if you also look at the other direction, you are looking, how does even this forex come in? One of the sources and one of the things that all governments have been telling us in this country is direct foreign investment. Why should they come into this economy if your forex is not stable? I have an investor from the US that invests in this economy last year at the rate of dollar then was 170. Okay, the business plan shows, okay, this business will run for 1 year, you will make 40%, 40% return on investment. But here are we 1 year after. To pay back the investment, dollar has already gone to 300. And that is already 50% loss on the investment. So why should such person invest? In fact, there are venture capitalists that were thinking to disburse money to start up in Nigeria, 500, 1,000 startup in Nigeria in 2016. But they stopped. They can't do it because the investment is already dead on arrival. And there's no way that this policy, this so-called arrangement will even encourage any investors to come in.
You're a financial intelligence consultant. So let's look at how is it that we got so much of foreign currency circulating in the Nigerian system, yet it seemed not to be there when it's needed?
Yes. For me, the problem we have here is, okay, the BDC truly have their own problem that they have created in the society. Yes, they're supposed to be serving the low-end market of the market, but truly, yes, they get the money bulk from the CBN and sell. Most of them, that's what they do. They get it in bulk and just disburse. And the malams and the retailers now start selling. So like that, you have so much fun. And the people keeping the money are actually speculators. So they hold the money, wait for the market to react, and they can sell. Because it's simple. If I can get money from the CBN for 200, I hold it, and the rate is now 300, I release it to the markets for 80 naira, 100 naira margin. That's a lot of income. There's no business you do in 1 week, you make such money. So one of the major problems I see is speculators holding this fund. But in solution, responding to your question, I only want to expand the problem. It's beyond, okay, the BDC should not be, it's beyond that because it's going to affect this economy big time. For me, I think if the CBN really want a solution, what we actually did is a complete system redesign. They need to put a framework in place that will make sure it become impossible for the BDC to just disburse the money to the wrong people. Of course, you can put a framework, a system in place powered by technology. You can design a network solution, a software solution powered by technology that will make sure that at every point the BDC are disbursing fund, the system is tracking it. So it makes it practically impossible. Thank God we have the BVN that can track who is taking what transaction. So rather than every week a BDC go to the CBN, you take $10,000, you take $20,000, disburse. Okay, you can disburse $5,000 to all of them. You don't exhaust that $5,000, you cannot take new fund from me. And because the CBN doesn't have what is operational now is that the BDC will sell this fund. At the end of the month, they will do a return. They will now write a report and attach document how they disburse the fund. But I'm saying that is what is wrong. That is where we have the problem. We can actually develop a system, a technology power system that will track the transaction as they happen, so that we don't even need the BDC to send reports. I can track it from the CBN what is happening at the end of the BDC. So the BDC can only request for the gap. Okay, I have requisite. I've taken 10,000. I've spent 5,000. I need 5,000 more. You can only request for 5,000 more. The system can also clearly shows what is left. So it is a technology solution powered that I think will just solve this problem.
This solution you're suggesting would
yes.
also take out the issues of physical cash movement.
Yes, it will solve it. It will take care of physical cash movement, because we can expand the solution to also create a virtual market for speculators. The speculators don't need to hold the physical dollar. What they want is, I want to hold dollar position, and when the naira adjusts in my favor, I disburse. They don't need to hold the dollar cash. So you can create the system, expand it such that you have a platform where the speculator can also operate, but now they are holding the dollar virtual. And like that, because you can't push the speculator out of the market, so you can only design a system that accommodates the speculator, accommodate the BDC, and also allow SMEs to thrive. So for me, that's the kind of solution that I think we need to put in place. And if we are not looking, because I think most of our regulators, our government, we are not asking the right question. It's like, oh, I have it, cut it off. It won't solve the problem. It will rather create another problem. So why not create a solution that will take care of the BDC? Yes, they do round tripping, they seek rent, but you can put a system in place that stop that. The speculator create a platform for them where they can do their own dealings, and we can still all survive. Because in truth, if you are saying, okay, let's go to the bank, how do you justify, is the bank selling to us at 85 naira margin? Because this is a live transaction I did yesterday. I consult for a company, do transaction with Google, I had to pay, and my card was debited at 285. So, but our understanding is that the bank is supposed to be getting this fund at what? At 200. So is the bank making 85 naira margin? These are questions that are also dead or not. I think everybody is just looking for a careful, a convenient solution. Okay, let's stop this. The CBN are looking for convenient solution. The BDC are also looking to continue to enjoy it, but we can make them to be more relevant to the economy, to also help
you say this can be done by the CBN trying to monitor and
yes.
put in place
put a control in place, put a system in place that track the transaction as it's happening. Make it impossible for transaction to happen except if the transaction is validated by the system and with the CBN. And also expand the scope of activity of the BDC. If you are saying they should source from autonomous, then you also must also expand what they can do beyond PTA and BTA. You have to expand it also a little, and make it possible for them to also handle other $500, $200 transactions.
How about the banks themselves being strengthened so they can handle the forex needs of their customers?
I'll tell you what will happen. You give the bank, we are all here talking about corruption in this country. You create, at the moment we have a market where the bank can get dollar at 200, and you have another market just next to them where they can sell for 300. Why should the bank service the official market? How would they not look for a way to get the money to this market where they can just move $1 million from the official market to the parallel market and make 100 million naira margin? Why would they not do that? So you need a solution that will bridge the gap between the parallel price, and so it makes it almost uninteresting for anybody. Bridge the gap between the parallel market price and the official market price. So you need a total complete solution to do that.
And you say it's possible.
It's very possible.
Abiola Kabiri, financial intelligence consultant. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you very much.
That's a wrap on the show this morning. Many thanks for being such nice company. I'm Sulaiman Alede.
Now I'm Neo Taigwe.
See you again.